Welcome to week 2 of your conscious living programming. My name is Devin. This week we are talking about the illusion. Okay, we're talking about illusion as our theme, as our invitation for the second week of this program. Throughout the month, we are making our way from separation into wholeness. Last week we talked about how separation is really a reality that we've accepted as normal, right? We've kind of accepted this idea of separation and disconnect as something that's just the status quo, and we see it in our daily lives. We see it around us in the social, political atmosphere. We also see it within ourselves too, right? We feel a little bit disconnected and separated from certain parts of ourselves, but we operate as if that's normal. Okay, this week we're talking about the illusion, and the illusion is the separation. Okay, so I'll backtrack a little bit. If there is an illusion, then there is a truth, okay? An illusion implies that there is also a truth underneath it. And the truth that we'll focus on this week is therefore oneness, okay? The truth is oneness and the illusion is separation. What that means is when we feel separated or we feel the suffering or fragmentation that's associated to it, what we're actually doing or feeling is just being in the middle of something that's not true. We're feeling swallowed by an illusion. What's actually true while we're in the middle of that illusion is oneness, okay? And that's what we're working up to, this wholeness throughout this program. But this week, we'll spend activities just trying to remember that these moments when we're feeling disconnected, or these moments when we're feeling separate from ourselves or from others, it simply isn't true, right? These are simply untrue assumptions that we have repeated so many times to ourselves that they've become normal. So this week, we cultivate awareness around when we're in the middle of the illusion. And you'll know that you're in the middle of it when you're suffering. Okay, it's really very simple. Like we talked about last week, suffering comes from separation. If we know truly in our hearts that we're connected to everything else, if we know wholeness to be the one ultimate truth, then it's kind of impossible to suffer because we understand that we're part of this ever changing, ever connecting whole. Okay. This week, the idea is that when you're feeling suffering, when you're feeling discomfort, can you raise awareness around that? And can you examine that from the perspective that you might actually be stuck in the illusion? When we're able to recognize that our suffering is actually an illusion versus truth, we disarm the power or the potency of our suffering. So the idea for this week is to, one, raise awareness around that. The second idea is to proactively move forward with oneness in mind, right? So if you really embrace the truth, instead of the illusion, you embrace the truth this week of oneness, that we're all connected, okay? That there's no way we can actually separate from each other or nature. That will help us keep away the illusion, right? By proactively embracing this truth, we kind of keep the illusion at bay. And when we do that, we give ourselves some new space to work with. We give ourselves some truth. And inside of that truth, it's a really beautiful place to be. Okay, when we're embracing oneness versus embracing separation, we create a totally different frequency that we can operate on. And you'll see as you experiment with it this week and in the coming weeks that when we embrace this oneness, this wholeness, instead of defaulting to separation, we're actually able to step into a new reality that we prefer much more than just the status quo of feeling so disconnected from each other. Okay? So this week, all about recognizing, calling out where you might be falling for the illusion, remembering that you're connected, reminding yourself over and over as many times as you need to that you're connected to the whole, that you're a part of something greater, whatever that means to you and however you'd like to define it. Okay. My name is Devin again. If you ever have any questions about conscious living programming, you're welcome to reach out to me, reach out to Alyssa or anyone on the Ohana team. We are so excited to continue making this journey with you all the way to wholeness. So we'll see you next time.